Alright guys, welcome back. Map 2, we're just joining in to the pistol round, and we do have Na'Vi starting out CT side again. On CT side, Overpass, I would say even more advantageous than Mirage.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Look at the aggression too. Actually, I take this back. This might be knife. Why do they have armor? Why do they... We went armor for knife? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Otherwise
right,
you could
sweet.
get sliced.
That's true. Alright, they're gonna do it. I've seen teams not... In fact, let's look at this right now. Manise, he doesn't have armor. That's why I was confused, because it wasn't consistent.
Yeah. So if there was any like visual tell as to whether or not Minis had armor or not, then that would have been a go-to sign for Na'Vi to just kind of just go at him, slicing twice and then stabbing.
So it's actually, I take it back, we're going to have the other way around. It's G2 to pick up the knife. That's 2 straight knives for them. And that means they'll start out on, I would say it's their map choice. They get the side that they're going to want. They're going to want CT, obviously. That's where they've swapped over to. Now, the question is, how aggressive do they get? Because if they get caught out on individual plays like Edward and Guardian, or even Flamey in certain rounds last map, they're going to have a lot of problems playing with this aggro defense over at A.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of the way you have to play A with the changes made to that A bomb site. And, well, speaking of aggression, he's just kind of popping his head out through long tunnels and picking up a frag here.
Yeah, through Monster, he picks up one and now sees he's going to have to rotate back. They'll change their aggression onto Catwalk as they come by the sandbags. And Zeus, he finds Mihu. It's going to be now Flamey to get back to Manise, and that makes it now a 2-man advantage, or rather, excuse me, 1-man advantage, 2 men down for Na'Vi as Guardian's already hit the deck with that early peek, like you mentioned. Zeno on the retake, though, he finds Zeus. So 3-on-3 post plant. Flamey does pick away and end up taking the head off of Innocent. Malzino's going to check the pit. Realizes that somehow he went completely past Edward and dead end and turns back, gets the kill, brings them back to a man advantage. Smoke out to cover off, seized, and Malzino knows that there's a gap in it, so he has to be peeking on the left side. Gets the shot. Lots of time to get the defuse with no kit. It's going to be G2 to pick up the first round.
Malzino once again being the hero of the pistol round for G2. And that could have very easily been an Na'Vi round. I think Zeus might have gone a tad too aggressive and lower there. Obviously, you want to get control and perhaps surprise one of the G2 members rotating in from A. But they probably could have held defensive, seeing how they got the bomb site with all 5 members, or, well, all 4 members, if we discount Guardian dying outside of Monster. But yeah, they got to the site really easily with not that many casualties.
And Guardian's going to take his Deagle straight out to long, see if he can make a play. But it's passive setup, no surprises. It's guns versus pistols, so they won't get aggressive and give away any weaponry early on, or a potential non-trade situation. So staying inside the site gives them a lot more room to breathe. They'll still have a 3-stack on A. Rotations from A to B a lot quicker due to gravity. That's pretty obvious. Similar to Nuke in that regard. But Innocent falls back, and remember, like you said, this new A site does give potential for smoking off without even getting entries and getting bomb plants, so G2 need to prevent that. Malzino, he tries, does succeed on the kill against C's, but look at his HP, he's on 18, so they're going to swap guns. And Malzino will play a passive role as Innocent drops a nade out toward long, does decent damage onto Guardian. He's down to 28 and on the way through. Spiro's going to find him. Zeus now trying to get back in with the Tech 9. Does manage to take down Innocent, and Spiro, he went down to Edward just before that, so bomb will get planted, and Na'Vi's going to pick up some cash from this. That's 2 straight bomb plants. That's going to pay off massively for them going forward, as Zeus is also going to find Michu, brings it back to a 2-on-2, so second straight game that we potentially see an Eco come out, but unfortunately Manise gets the kill on Edward. That means Zeus was pinched. He got trapped entirely, and Maus again is going to be the hero. 3 kills again, and this guy, he's already up to 6 kills, plus 2 defuses, and that's 2 wins for Gamers2, but again, 2 bomb plants for Na'Vi.
Yeah, so they're going to buy up this round. That's just... They have such a golden opportunity to break G2 completely, and they know that G2 is going to have a real issue of actually getting that many nades, and if they want to get good weapons and vice versa, so they're definitely going for it, and it's not a bad decision at all. They're actually spreading themselves quite thin here though, but I guess Zeus gonna land shots through the smoke, it doesn't really matter all that much. We can see Flamey and Edward kind of moving slowly towards that A area.
Shot coming from Seized. Manise gets dropped. And now it's through the smoke. Zeus actually gets the shot there. He took the initial damage down to 7 HP as that smoke slowly dissolved, but still manages to get the kill. So Spiro, nice shot with the scout. Flamey does go down. Gives them a little bit of hope in the round, but unfortunately it's another bomb plant. And Malzino and Spiro, they look like they're pretty dedicated to holding on. Nope, they are going to go back over. So Malzino's just going to look slowly and passively toward anyone that wants to lurk and try and take these guns away from them. But overall, the round's conceded. It's going to go to Na'Vi, and it's going to be 2-1.
Yeah, so Na'Vi bring it right back, and I guess even though it's not that big of a risk, the small risk they take by forcing up, it's actually going to work out really nice. I mean, Seats is probably going to survive as well, unless he does something silly and stays with the bomb. So 4 players stay alive, 2 for Mouse Sports and 2 for Gamers2, but Malzinho is the only one to have a Colt on him. So Spiro saves a scout, which sure you could use that to some use, maybe mostly towards long and just jumping up and down for the boxes on A site, but other than that, it's not that big of a win for them. A bit of an all-around buy as well from G2 as well. Innocent doesn't pick up anything except for PT50, and you can see that Michu spent everything he had.
And he's got a passive bangle to hold. Maniz, meanwhile, he's going to go down, stack up inside the bottom of the stairwell, so they do get aggressive to look through that window, but they aren't using it, and Seized reads it like a book. He falls back. I don't know if you heard them go down there or what, but that was perfectly timed. Takes a little bit of extra bullets to get the second shot on Innocent, but that's 3 in the round for him. Bomb going to go down for Flamey, so all 4 rounds now we've had a bomb plant. That's hugely problematic. And Spiro with the scout, I'm afraid he might have to concede here again as well.
Yeah, the question is whether or not Na'Vi is going to let him. Obviously, they're not too interested in, wasting away AKs and Colts for a scout save, but it's not like anyone from Gamers2 actually has that much money to do anything with.
Spiro's just going to sit and wait. Time's going to expire on the bomb detonation, so 2-2, they tie it up right away, and now they've got economy massively rolling. Despite that it's only 2-2, massively rolling in their favor, because that was an efficient round. 6,800 for Zeus. Doesn't have to buy. 6,000 for Seized. It's pretty fortunate, I guess you could say, right now on Navi's side. And that's, I mean, again, you just get those bombs down. That's how much it contributes into your bank account.
Oh, absolutely. So even though you lose rounds, you still keep yourself in it, economically speaking. It just slowly builds up. Nice tag on Seized from Spiro there, but again, Gamers2 just kind of opting to go with P250s to support that scout. It's going to be really tough, but they're actually going towards long, and this is the most favorable situation that Gamers2 can find themselves in.
Spiro's going to be the one to spot it with the scout jumping, although he comes up a little bit late. Now he sees it. Now he gets the shot as well, and it's Edward and Seized both tagged up on 2 consecutive shots from that. He's got to be careful this smoke doesn't come out. Meanwhile, on the front, over by the bathrooms, Innocent's already gone down, so Spiro's got problems because he has to check left to make sure he's not going to get pushed. That smoke will buy him a little bit of time, pushing through with the pistol, but it's Flamey that ultimately gets the kill as Michu just arrives to the site now. Again, Malzino with a kill in this round. No, I take that back, actually. He hasn't found one yet, but it's not going to happen either. Flamey, they try and push him. They continue to get aggressive on his position, and that's the first round we haven't had a bomb plant. Doesn't even matter. They still pick it up.
Yeah, that was a really close round for Gamers2, actually. They did a ton of damage on Na'Vi. I think they had less than 50 HP left altogether at the end of that round. Something to that effect. So, very close from Gamers2. A couple of lucky shots from Spiro, maybe more from that scout, then that could very easily swing their way. When Na'Vi so far just looking very solid on their T side, and this is, as you mentioned, the harder side on the map.
Michu going through monster spots, Seized foot, but hey, land the shot. Does have him down to very low HP, so he's going to pursue this all the way through. That nade's going to do some damage, but he gets the shot through the fence. So worthy hunt. The only scary part of that is if someone else was in the sewage pipe to the right, they could have been able to trade it, but nice boost on the top of the bench. Innocent fires, gets Edward through the bathroom window, and you have to be able to hit that first shot in that position, because if you don't, there's 2 obviously there, and when the second player falls out, you're going to have problems in the front side of the bathroom. So this is paying off well now for G2, but already with Spiro down, it does come back to a slightly more even situation.
Flamey actually gets pretty heavily tied up, and he's actually carrying around an AWP, which is not something you see him use every day.
Zeus wants into this A site. Tries to dodge a flash prematurely, but nothing came out. Innocent, meanwhile, through the smoke, finds Flamey. That was a huge problem in the last round for them when they were out toward long, and Malzino now finding Zeus. It finally looks like G2. Innocent, nice peek on Guardian Looks like G2 are going to pick up a round, so not before it gets too far out of hand. It is 3-3. The economy's still massive on Navi's side.
Yeah, and this is also where, the second problem for G2's, pops up. Not the, one thing is Navi's economy, the other, you've got the other end of the spectrum, which is G2's economy, because they no longer have any sort of bonus with their rounds. So they need to get consecutive rounds if they don't want to get back in that pit hole that they just found themselves in.
And Guardian showing off why he had the op last game again in this one. Already with a quick kill at Monster. Lots and lots of spam coming out right now from Navi's perspective. Maniz, he's going to hug over to the slant wall. With only 39 HP left, that fire is going to force him inside the tunnel as well, so this spam could take him down because there's really nowhere to hide. Far too linear. And Maniz will drop as a result. Man, they just continue to spam. Mauzino at least returns the favor, gets seized. Brings it back to only one the difference, but man, this is Na'Vi just playing picks at their finest right now. Flamey's eventually going to push towards sandbags. This will be a B-take. That means they have to get the rotation quick from Spiro, and he should head toward the window with that op. Zeus is going to fire through plywood, do some more damage down to Innocent. He's on 18, and the problem is Guardian's already looking in the correct direction, so Mouse is going to go down. They're looking for the entry still. Innocent manages to pick up one as he drops back into pit, but Zeus knows exactly where he's hiding, gets the kill, and now just has to go for this bomb plant. Able to dodge that first op shot from Spiro as well, and Guardian baits out exactly where he was, so he won't miss that angle, and they take the lead again by 1.
Yeah, and just to touch on the subject of the map pick from GAMERS2 is, you mentioned the fact that we haven't seen Navi play Overpass all that much, really, but the last couple of times we have seen them play, they've played versus really good opponents. They played versus Titan yesterday and won in overtime after being pretty far behind. And they also beat Envy in their second to last match on Overpass. So they don't play it that often, but when they do, they really know what they're doing. So again, a bit surprising with what kind of maps we ended up with here in this best of 2.
Whoa. I did not know there was a stereo you could hear in this dead end. Where Seized is playing.
Oh yeah, the club area.
Man, I did not know that at all. That's super cool. And he'll take down Seized.
Yeah, and you can tell how passively Navi are playing because they know that they're up against pretty much a clean eco coming out from GAMERS2, so they're expecting that kind of desperation push from the polls.
Zeus is going to find Innocent as well now, so these pushes aren't paying off. And they're just waiting. Edward timing everything perfectly. He also spotted Spiro, so he knows exactly where to go to get the next kill, and he does. This textbook stuff from Na'Vi now. No overcommitment. Well composed. And they take their biggest lead they've had yet. Op still out for Guardian. We'll see guns come back up. It's going to be all M4s because that's all they can afford. In fact, it's going to be a FAMAS only for Spiro. He's even less fortunate, but he actually could have gone for M4, but he elects to pick up the smokes instead.
And and I think that's a good decision, actually. Yeah, the decoy not so much. That's more like 50 wasted bucks, but getting a smoke and a flash instead of a cold, I think that's a worthwhile sacrifice.
Looking for the jump shot here. Spiro just peeking out towards long, see if he can get any information, but right now, Navi's all grouped up over on A. Or B, rather. One of the 2 bomb sites, Vendetta.
Yeah. I think Cease is going to set up to, well, okay, that smoke. If he goes a bit to the left now, I think he's going to smoke off towards lower. Not really quite sure where this smoke lands. Might land actually at the top of bomb site.
Door open. That gives information. Spiro's going to rotate back on that call because they'll get passive on A and rotate one more player over to stack up on the B site. And C's still looking to try and throw out this smoke. Patient as we go. Here it is. This will cover off immediately onto Catwalk. And that means Maniz has to play from the pole, get aggressive. The problem is he exposes himself heavily to the left, but good switch play. With the kill from Michu, that gives Maniz a lot more space, and as he comes back down, he bails his teammate out as well. That's Guardian. Good effort from both players holding inside the site. And now Zeus has to claw it back, but Flamey's found 2. They've made it back to a 2-on-1. As Flamey, the last that's left, he's still down toward the monster right now. But where's the bomb? It's in his hands. He's got time to work. No, he doesn't. 15 seconds. Has to come in right now on top of this site. Innocent's already staring at him, but Flamey has the advantage. Almost doesn't land the shot. No idea, though, that the second player's still going to be on sandbags. And Spiro, he actually falls out of the site. He's just going to play this for the bomb. And with 8 HP, he comes through at exactly the right moment. Flamey can do nothing but sit down and bow out till the next round.
Yeah. And again, Navi's had a thing for doing this, well, at least on Mirage. The fact that even though they get behind and fall far behind initially in the round, they always bring it back. So GamersTech rarely had a really cost-efficient round. Both here on Overpass, where they've been kind of mopped around so far, and especially on Mirage.
Well, they're going to just walk through Monster this time. Because no smoke's out on it to prevent it from G2, so this time he's Flamey. He's going to get a free shot. That's Michu down already, and Guardian's going to pick Michu. Or Beniz, rather, this gets a good opportunity to put Bomb down. There's no one on the rotation even, because it's all aggressive out toward A, and G2, they have to concede this round already. There are a 3-on-5 retake all the way out toward the park, and that's a really easy pick. I can't believe if they're going to leave a weakened site like that and play it so passively, they wouldn't at least use smokes to slow them down.
Yeah, that's actually a big question mark. Why they wouldn't use smokes for both Monster and Short there. That's... yeah, that's just really awkward. They might be able to find some extra frags here, though.
And G2, he does get first. Innocent, Mauzino, they're going to try. Innocent actually picks up 3. Has to be careful as he goes for this AK, and he gets caught on the cross. Mouse gets the trade, but it's Edward that goes down. It doesn't even matter. Na'Vi have 6 rounds already T-side Overpass, and Gamers2, again, this is their map choice. They really need to push on and try and pick up everything they can from this point on. Winning out would be almost fair at this point, but unfortunately, I feel like they're going to have to potentially go to 8-7 here.
Yeah, I think they'd actually have to count themselves lucky if they can get to 8-7. And even though Innocent picks up 3 frags there, that matters nothing for Na'Vi, and it's actually a bigger loss for GamersTwo than it is a win. So right now, they're going to have another uphill struggle, really, in this round, with only 1 weapon left on Mauzino, because Sparrow's already gone down on long.
Innocent, super aggressive. Flash does come out. He'll hug the corner to make sure he's not spotted, but when they go for the peek, he looks to Zeus. He finds the first. He almost gets the second. Edward, very low HP. Eventually, it's traded. Mouse has to be careful as he falls back toward the A site. AK out. Seized found Beniz before that, so it does give them the advantage on Na'Vi's side to attempt to work. They'll go back for the bomb as Mouse catches Flamey off guard, and now they'll push forward. Guardian has bomb. They're going to still push onto this A site, and they need to be careful right now. As Michu, I think he spotted. Guardian sees him, and he does. Pops back out with the P250 and down the stairwell. They'll swap it on that pick alone. And this puts a lot of pressure on Mouse to rotate quickly. He's been the hero in 2 rounds already on this map, and it's a fake. They actually fake it back. Na'Vi completely outthinking Mouse. The strong point, or I guess the advantage right now for Mouse, is that he didn't go all the way into the site. He checks it from window, realizes it's a smoke, and he's actually read this to go back, but the bomb's already being put down. And fire out on the stairs. He'll have to come from bank. Guardian getting aggressive toward him. Doesn't go down. That's important, too, because now the AK, if he could have pulled this back to a one-on-one instantly, gives him more of a chance. He does eventually get the kill. But Seized has to play this from on top of the bomb, and he's up close, he's personal, and with low HP for Mouse, there's nothing more he can do, and that's already 7 rounds. So remember when I said 8-7, it was going to be 8 for Na'Vi all along. It may actually go beyond that now.
Yeah, Gamers are never going to get out of that hole that they find themselves in, economically speaking, because this is the best kind of buy they're going to get, actually, for the remainder of the half. So you'll have some people with Colts, some people with FAMASs, and not that many nades to work with. And it's super important to actually have a lot of nades to work with here. And Na'Vi, they're just setting up slowly and patiently. Kind of in a default setup, having one guy peek towards long and one towards that party area, just chilling, waiting for someone to, potentially push aggressively.
Spot from Innocent is nice. He didn't lose any HP going through the smoke to get here. He gets climbed up in the corner. The fire, they're going to try and cover this off. He's going to watch the window right now to make sure no one comes in the door behind him. That allows his teammate, actually, in Beniz, to slide out. And he just has to wait for them to go underneath. He watches the first. He has to take the shot because he doesn't want to let him get around the corner, but he drops down. He doesn't realize that there's a player behind him. That could have been absolutely perfect because, unfortunately for them, Zeus had no idea where he was shot from, but Innocent, it ends up falling apart.
That was a really cool position. And that, as you said, that could have been absolutely massive, and they're going to hear Minis stomping through those stairs, and then leaves it all on Michu, but yeah, that would have been absolutely massive. And Innocent is able to pick up those 2 frags, and that's so much map control for Gamers2. And it also leaves them a venue of rotation, between the A and B bomb site open.
So they hold the bomb back. They keep it way out toward the bathrooms just in case this A site, this take doesn't work. But now that it has, they'll call. But the bomb,
And
it's still going to go to B.
What,
yeah, I'm not 100% sure what this is doing at all, because if Michu gets this kill, which he will, bomb goes down with 7 seconds. That's exactly what the case was. He didn't think he had time to get to A, so he pushes up toward B. That's a round given away. GAMERS2 can be thankful for that. Na'Vi just made a massive blunder because they had the A site taken. He didn't want to push up in case the take didn't go long, but didn't consider time. He could have had that bomb down easily.
Yeah, I think that's just all on Flamey, regardless of how you replay it or what the thought behind it was, because sure, if you want to have your teammates clear out A, you know, just in case there's one guy there, I mean, you might as well go with him. 3 versus 1, there's no way Michu should be able to win that round, so you just venturing off alone and holding off that passively with the bomb, it just doesn't make that much sense. I mean, had it been anyone else without the bomb, then sure, that could have definitely made sense, but no, that was just a silly move from Flamey.
Guardian finds Michu. Op still up. Hyper Beast, and the Hyper Beast goes even more hyper. It's going to take down Maniz. So a Sugar High successful right now as Flamey waits for the push to come back from Innocent, and that's exactly going to be the case. He's successful on the read, and now Spiro, he tries to take over the same duties from the bathroom. He actually does so successfully. 2 kills for him. Brings it back to a 1-on-3, and it would be an ace if he closed this out. But with only 19 HP and absolutely no read on where the bomb is, it's not looking likely, although speaking of the bomb, it's still way back in the lower halls. He could actually catch it off guard by coming in, and he's going to hear that. Spiro definitely hears one player down below him, but he doesn't want to push this.
This time Na'Vi have plenty of time to actually get the bomb towards the bomb site. So yeah, so you should be able to get the bomb down unless he ventures off towards A now for no good reason.
I think the Aquamarine might be my favorite AK in the game now. I think that thing's pretty solid looking.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not too shabby at all. I like the fact that there's so many details on it. Like, clear details.
Yeah,
but in any case,
I agree. The factory new and even in the field tested,
it actually looks good.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah, another round for Na'Vi, and well, with this being a one-and-done round, you know, the previous time around for GAMERS2, they're back to eco again, and they, like, after pistol, they haven't, and, you know, that first anti-eco, they haven't picked up a single round in consecutive rounds. It's just been one-offs every single time.
Seas might get a fortunate opportunity here to take down Innocent, spotting up a second player coming through the door as well. It's Maniz, so the aggression right now from G2 not amounting to much at all in their favor. As Seas turns back, he's going to find Mouse. That's bomb down, so he had to know someone was sitting there waiting for it. And that leaves only Michu. 1-on-3, and he's already spotted. Guardian saw him. If he came out a second later, he might have been able to get behind them and go for a flank, pick up the AK that was down in the bathroom, but it doesn't work for him, and now it's going to be 1 round left. Round 15 and 9 rounds already for Na'Vi. It's looking like we're in a similar scoreline to what we had on Mirage at halftime.
It really is, and Na'Vi kind of using the same recipe as well. Not that many executes as a unit towards the, towards one of the bomb sites. It's more just running around, finding pickups, and forcing rotations out of GAMERS2 that they take advantage of.
Well, shot from Flamey gets the first, cuts off Mouse. They won't be able to get Innocent back toward that boost spot this time because that's already divided. And sees he just goes for the spam toward the sandbags. No one's going to be pushing up into the water just yet, so he'll watch Monster as a secondary position. Smokes out on the front side of it, though, so there will be no entry. There will be no vision. Needs to be careful, though, because Innocent's come late in toward construction, and he spots him, but the FAMAS can't do the damage. He takes him down to very low, 14 HP remaining, but can't close out on the kill, and that leaves the rest of Na'Vi over toward A, as Guardian's going to jump up on the flower bed, try and get a shot out toward the bank truck. Bombs on the A side right now, at least in the front of bathroom. Still be able to rotate back over to B, but Seized, he's giving up on the lurk. They're going to go for a solid A take right now.
Yeah, Innocent might actually be able to catch some people off guard here. Seems like Edwards smelled something fishy, though.
There's the first. You called it. Innocent takes down Seized. Now Spiro's going to be the next one that has to get the shot on Edward, or rather Flamey. Might be Zeus, actually, who comes around first. And it is, and Zeus gets him. So this will drop him down. Now the A take's going to be probable as Edward finds Maniz. And leaves only one player still alive in the site to rotate over, and it's going to be a fast rotate at that if Michu wants to get there. Innocent went back after his first pick on the flank to go back toward B. The opportunity wasn't seized. No pun intended, is Edward now. He's going to catch Innocent, and Michu Not much more he can do, so we're looking at 10-5 again for Na'Vi after a T side. And they'll swap it over. Last time the pistol went to GAMERS2, they brought it back to 10-9, but it's going to be a harder task on Overpass to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit harder as well. And, well, once again, Na'Vi did lose pistol around on their T side, and they were still able to get to 10 rounds, and that's absolutely massive. But they just made it work. Picking off players one by one and creating rotations for GAMERS2 worked out perfectly. So they never had to come up with a plan B for what they were doing.
Edward going to be the one that's under pressure right now. Out toward long. Seized is going to fall back up toward the bank stairs. This will give it a little bit more support, and they're actually not even going long, so they've given up the site essentially because they'll come in from the front. Seized has to slow them down to allow for a retake to come in from long. So far he's found the first kill, but Bomb's still going down. Guardian wants around the corner. He's going to get there as well, and all 5 go down. Swift retake from Na'Vi. In fact, only one player losing a fraction of HP. It's Seized, and they'll get this defuse.
That's actually kind of a bad feeling when you're GAMERS2 and you've run all the way up towards site and you haven't found a single person. That makes you feel really uneasy. So, yeah, they didn't even have the opportunity to get into proper bomb, after plant positions before they just got swept by Na'Vi. So Na'Vi get off to a great start here in the second half. So they're already on a better track than what they were on Mirage. You can see, GAMERS2, with getting the bomb down, they're not going to invest into armor. So just a couple of pistols, and then we're going to see a buy-up in the next round. And they're just going to full-on rush that A-bomb site, which is stacked with 3 Na'Vi players.
And Seized is waiting on the crossfire. 1, 2, 3. Has to reload because it's the A1. No smoke out to cover the angle. Guardian sliding back out after Seized goes down. He'll pick up the last remaining players from GAMERS2, and it's going to be 12 rounds. And like you said, it was just to save one more. Now the guns are going to come out. And it's going to be 5 AKs.
The only problem for GAMERS2 in this situation is the fact that they don't really have that many nades to work with. They have 4 flashes and a smoke. And 2 decoys, but I don't really count decoys as a grenade. So this probably is something fast, and it looks like they're setting up for that B smoke, or B play. So they're just going to pop flash over here once things calm down and that Molotov is away.
Innocent gets Flamey. It's a start for G2 with these AKs. That forces Seized to rotate over, thins out our defense on A, but it's a really aggressive defense. And again, we didn't really talk a whole lot about what that does because you mentioned you can plant in that site if you get the smokes on. They just walk in with the bomb. So by getting aggressive, not only are you getting a read on the offense, you can start to funnel them over back toward B. That's going to be the case here. It's process of elimination. All Edward needs to do is start working in toward the stairwell and rely on the last remaining player.
Seems like G2 was kind of... Yeah, it seems like GAMERS2 were actually kind of expecting that to happen because he had Michu posted up all the way back in T-spawn just waiting for someone from Na'Vi to push out aggressively.
Here they go. That's going to put a nade out deep inside the water. Minis, knowing that the rolls are done, they've got inside. No one's been found. Look at this, Innocent. He has no idea. They're waiting inside the smoke, and he was wondering why he wasn't progressing forward. Zeus thought he had such a good position. And that's one of those ones where you look on the minimap and go, what the hell is blocking me? And then you slowly figure it out. That time the smoke went away first, and therefore he got the kill, and G2 closed out on the round as a result of that. But man, that was pretty interesting to watch. Again, Minis, though, fell back to cover off the angles because they had the entries and no one was found.
Yeah, that was just GAMERS2 way of playing it safe, and they made it happen. Because I think they knew that they wouldn't see a massive over-rotations from Na'Vi. So they expected them to play, well, go in with an advantage towards that B-bomb site. And again, yeah, they're setting up for that B push. This time around, Zeus is playing very aggressively, though.
It works so far. Spiro, he's going to collect 2. Zeus got the only kill in return from Na'Vi, so things are starting to materialize now for the Gamers. As Edward... As soon as he opens that door, he's going to have a welcoming party, and Spiro makes no mistake on the shot. Seized, though, with the scout, does at least get back into Michu, so taking guns out of their hands is still favorable, but they've pretty much conceded the round. They'll sit back and just wait for the exits, and Spiro catches Guardian getting a little bit too aggressive. to try and take advantage of that. Sees, though, he won't make any more mistakes. Can't collect the second 8 HP. Doesn't care. Yes, he does. He wants to save the scout. And luckily ran back when he did, because that nade would have taken him down.
Yeah, he's also softened up Spiro's. He's not going to hunt after that last one.
Okay, so even though he has clear line of the bomb site, clear sight of the bomb site there, I don't know what I'm trying to say, he only lost 1 HP from that position. So I thought he was actually going to lose more than that.
He did survive, and yeah, I guess we touched on that as well, that sometimes some players don't account for how much HP they have when they try to get away from the bomb and blow up with it. Seized on that hand, seems to have everything under control, though. But yeah, another eco round coming up from Na'Vi, but they have a pretty big cushion here. Oh, and a nice opening shot from Cease there.
And it's him pushing forward. Flamey, he's going to have to wait. Guardian, he's up close as well, as these pistols are back out. And C's the only one, and Zeus, who has this AK they picked up from Michu, but Edward's going to fall back. He knows they're coming in on A. He's heard them. And if Mouse doesn't check to his right, he would have problems, and it's going to be Edward that does take him down. Spiro, he's going to throw a nade back out. There's 3 people still up, and Flamey's going to take him down in response with the pistol. So this is looking actually good right now for Na'Vi. They've got all 5 alive in this post-plant situation, but Maniz, he's sitting back in behind the truck as Innocent spams away. He can't do anything. Finally switching to the pistol. They'll bring this back, but Maniz is still in a one-on-one as he gets back into Flamey. Zeus has picked up an AK. It's still winnable, but he switches to the PC-50 because he's out of ammo, and he still does it. Zeus will get the kill. He has no kit, but he's got lots of... No, he doesn't. He doesn't have time. He's going to run back. They have to give this one back up, and that gives GAMERS2 the 8th round, but Na'Vi, they took all the guns away from them. Unfortunately, they themselves don't have a bunch of money to work with. They will be able to buy based on that save, though.
Yeah, and still an extremely successful eco from Na'Vi, so... Yeah, not surprisingly that they don't invest in a defuse kit during that eco, but they get all the guns out of GAMERS2 hands. So that's a pretty solid one in itself, and, well, you could look at the money of G2 right now. If they don't get a bomb plant and they lose this round, then they might have to have a really awkward force buy.
And toward water they go. This gives Na'Vi a great chance to pop out on the flank because they leave the door unsighted. Edward getting the first kill. Guardian's going to get spammed, though. Mouse fires through the tin walls. And Michu, he's going to go ahead and get Flamey. That leaves Edward still alive, though he's on 2 HP. He has to fall way back so as to avoid the nade, but Zeus on the entry, he's going to take down Innocent. And that leaves Michu, the last player remaining. He does recover the bomb, has to get the shot on Zeus, does so successfully. And with 2 HP on Edward, it's really Seized he has to worry about. And smartly, he's going to rotate over to A because he knows both players are outside of B, waiting in the waters. Edward still has to go for the check right now. But Michu's going to go ahead and get the bomb. Actually, brought it back. He's faked it out. He's brought it right back over. Kills Edward, brings it back to a one-on-one. Gives away to Seized where he's playing, but it also means they can't get pinched, so he's taking away the crossfire possibility. But
and actually, Michu ran up towards A. And I guess it's tough. It's a tough call to make for Edward there once he sees that he goes down from higher, because that means that Michu could just slide around down towards lower as well. So Seized just kind of risked it and hoped that Michu would end up towards that B bomb site.
So he's going to play it inside his own smoke here. Try and go ninja. Seized. He'll work up from the stairs. And Michu's going to go hunting for him. He has the advantage of baiting out the bomb, but he positioned it in such a way that he has to stay close to it. He's going to hear this defuse. Now he pucks out, and he does get it. Seized goes down. And GAMERS2, 2 straight rounds in a row. Again, though, both of them extremely close. Last time they lost all 5 players. This time they keep 1 alive. It does break the bank for Na'Vi, though. That's the fortunate situation.
Yeah, that is really the saving grace for GAMERS2, and this means that if they have a good anti-eco right now, they might be able to stabilize somewhat, to the point where they might be actually to buy up, even though they lose a future round. You can see aggression coming out from Flamey and Guardian. I think they're just hiding behind, yeah, they're just going to pop out at the same time and hope for the best.
So far it works. Innocent getting Guardian. Flamey, though, does get 1 shot in return before Innocent collects him as well, and it's now Zeus who gets inside the stairwell. He's going to catch out Spiro. And Edward just has to wait. Dodges the first flash, has the CZ-75, so needs to hit a close shot. Goes for the far one instead. Does collect it, but Mouse is right there to trade it back out. And now Zeus Has to play back in the site and seized. That spot rarely gets overlooked, and it's an opportune moment where it's on pistol. They've already collected 2. They completely forget about the third player that's going to be inside the site. So by knocking that down, it drops the bomb. This puts pressure on Michu. He's got to come back over. Has an AK against 2 that have been picked up by the opposition. There's no armor. That's a saving grace against them. He's got all the nades to work with. They've got none. The smoke out, that's the last one they could use. Michu's going to try and wait for that to dissolve, does so successfully, using the box to his advantage to not get peeked, but he hasn't spotted anyone yet, and Zeus does slide a little further forward of the truck. And he's going to get the kill, so that gives Na'Vi 13 finally.
Yeah, and, well, given how, close these last couple of rounds have been for Gamers2, even though they've won them, they don't really have that much money. And that was their one round to kind of get themselves back into it, and instead they're back to ecoing.
Zeus jumping off the sandbags just to check in the water. Spam comes back against him though, so he has to give up the gig. So let's Flamey go back to the Hyper Beast to try and find a shot through Monster, and as he slides up he realizes that Michu's wandered in like a lost child. So he'll send him back to his godly father. It's going to be Zeus that sends down Manice, so it's looking good right now again for Na'Vi as they go 2 men up. Innocent left with only 16 HP. Flamey does get dropped though. Spiro finds that shot and he's going to be able to push forward. Is he? No, he's not. Zeus is there. I thought he was going to be able to get that gun. He does press E on it, so the op is picked up, but he loses a little bit of HP in the process. Look at the shots from Mouse as they boost him up on top of the railing. That's massive damage right there. Into C's. He's down to 2 HP, so he has to drop inside the site. Edward comes over to lob an aid, hoping that someone's still in that position. But it's going to be Edward from up in the window, high above, to take the first kill. Very low HP for 2 players from Na'Vi on the site, but they don't care. The CZ-75 from Zeus gets the final kill, and it's 14 now. And money suddenly dwindling away from the terrorists. They are in a position to force buy here, and they'll do exactly that with all AKs. Not a lot of utilities, though.
Not a lot at all. Gamers2 do have, they have 3 smokes, so that's something they can work with. Last time around they had this kind of setup, they went towards B. This time, though, it seems like they're pushing towards A. Actually, they're setting up in a bit more of a default position, similar to what Na'Vi did, but Guardian going aggressive.
Edward waiting for someone to get through that smoke. As the shots come through, and Zeus, peculiar, he could see the bullets ricocheting off the doorway. The gap was clearly there, and he yet walks into the spray just to throw a nade. I'm not sure the risk is worth the reward there. And obviously not, as he lost his life for it. Guardian makes up for it. Guardian makes up for it double as he pops up to the top of the stairwell. Collects Innocent now as well, and Michu, he's burning alive as he tries to push forward in behind them. Does at least get the kill on Edward. Now he falls back. Guardian's going to try and get up close, and it's successful with the op. Guardian, another huge round. It's an ace from him, and it's going to be match point just like that.
We made Guardian our shot caller, right?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. I mean, we kind of made a lot of really quick decisions that probably weren't justified. Sounds like my teenage years again. I'm not sure if Guardian is the shot caller.
We're going to say he is, so we did the right choice, right?
It's possible.
Gamers2 on their end, they figured B is the right way to go, but Flamey and Zeus with the cheeky boost there. Just gonna get the early entry frag.
Manice lobbing an aid back toward jungle. That first aid that came out, that was interesting, because the animation made the flames disappear instantly on my screen. And it's gonna be Edward that takes down Manice. And luckily for Innocent, he's got himself a 1v3 to look for glory, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be 16-9. One up on the map performance they had on